Hey up everybody, my name's Joshua Morrison, director of Johnny Mozzle's Lessons in Confidence. Today I want to talk about this little area right here. This is somewhere near Alfreton in Derbyshire, and to me this is just one of my favourite places of all time. I love how secluded feeling it is, because you've got this basic little island with the little lake around it, and that river kind of goes all along down there. And it's just surrounded by this row of trees, and everything that's around here is just like it's one little map. Almost like, you know, in a video game, you might have like a single map in whatever, like in a level, right? This kind of feels like that. It doesn't feel like real life, it feels like a video game. You know, you have the swans and the geese and stuff down there, birds all over the place. There's one duck knocking around down there. And it just feels such a nice piece of nature, such a nice, wonderful, like enclosed space that you're free to just sort of be yourself in. And I love little spaces like this, little nature hideaways, right? Particularly ones where it kind of feels like it's surrounded by trees from every angle. I like that kind of enclosed feeling within nature. It just gets me sort of thinking that, you know, we do have a fair few of these sorts of spaces in London, right? But usually on the other side of these trees would be a council estate, or, you know, big parade of shops, or Ealing Broadway. And it's not quite as good knowing that just behind there is a load of urban development. This right here is rural as far as the eye can see. And I know the eye can't see particularly far, but it's further than the eye can see, because it's trees on the other side, and then trees beyond that and beyond that as well. I just love the fact that this is able to exist. I love nature, and the fact that there are so many trees growing and so many different species with so many plants and birds and animals all over the place. I love that little lake with the little island in the middle. It's just so picturesque, right? I love to come here whenever I get a chance to, which isn't very often because I don't live in Derbyshire, but I've been here probably 4 or 5 times, and it's nice to just sort of sit down and just have a nice little time, right? You come down here, right? And you can just have a nice sit down on the beach, right? Like this. Skim a stone out to sea. I can't skim, right? But you can do that, and that's satisfying. It's just nice and calming at the end of the day. And it's nice to feel relaxed and calm and tranquil. And I feel like spaces like this really, really encapsulate that feeling of inner peace, right? And as, you know, the human society develops and grows, new cities are built, inevitably places like this must fall victim to demolishment. We must all succumb to the endless urban expanse, because the population is growing, and as the population grows, that means people need places to live, and where are you going to put those houses? Because we can't just keep putting them in the cities. Cities are running out of space, so we need to expand and build new cities all over the place. Apparently, something like 1 football field a second is demolished in the Amazon rainforest alone. And this whole lake here is probably about 1 football field, so that's all demolished every second. So in the space that it's taken me to say the sentence, this is all gone, right? And this is happening all over the world, and it's happening in my country too, with, you know, developments like HS2, knocking down all sorts of bits of greenery and stuff like that. And there's arguments for and against HS2. I'm generally against it, but I do feel like my main reason is because I like spaces like this, green spaces. And I'm a big proponent of environmentalism and trying to protect things like this, even though this is just at the end of the day a park where people can come down and have a read of their book, or smoke a joint, or whatever it is that they want to do here, right? Whether it's recreational drugs or reading or just feeding bread to the geese, right? It's nice to just come out and relax and do these things. No one comes to the park to stress out. No one goes into nature to feel uncomfortable. I love nature. Nature's so fantastic. And, you know, I want there to be more green spaces in cities. I would really appreciate if we could start building more, you know, space for green spaces, allowing more space for parks and that kind of thing, and not filling every single iota of space with something, you know, that has to have an economic use, whether it be housing or business estate or whatever. So I just kind of wanted to make a little video really just about how I appreciate this little landscape here, because this space means quite a lot to me. It's nice and enclosed and it feels warm and comfortable. And I mean warm in an emotional sense, not in a literal sense, because it's actually quite chilly. It's just nice. And you know, it's nice when it's sunny out. It's nice when it's a little bit cloudy. Doesn't matter what, it just feels like a nice little blanket over you. It's just decent is all. It's just a decent place to be. And I'm privileged enough that in my little area of London there are some parks that I can do my filming in and just like have a nice wander around, go for a walk in nature. But you know, whenever I go to some cities in Europe, for instance, I went to Milan a few years ago and there aren't any parks there. There's nothing like this. So there's nothing like, you know, a small little park that's maybe like half the size of this space here with, you know, a playground and like a big football-esque kind of field with really short grass. There's nothing like that. Everything is just urban development. And yeah, I understand that we do need urban development because we need to do something to, you know, help all the people that are being born. But at the end of the day, places like this are going to not necessarily go extinct, but they're going to get rarer and rarer. And it's going to become harder and harder for average, everyday people to access them. And I just think that's a bad thing at the end of the day. And I just like this. I think that this is really beautiful, right? I just think this is lovely. So that's pretty much it. There's not much of a video here. It's just a basic thing, just talking about this nice, wonderful little green space. There's not many green spaces, you know, because as time goes on, more and more urban development happens. We're starting to run out of them. But we've still got them. So we should count ourselves very, very, very lucky. So, yeah. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Take care. And I'm not going to throw them into the geese. I'm just going to drop it down there. I was going to whoosh over the geese. I don't want to hit them because I just feel like that would be a bit wrong. I don't even want to aim them over them. Hello, geese. I think you look like baby swans. If you're baby swans, maybe you're coming up to me, right? So if the mother swan starts giving me shit, it's yours' fault, not mine. Do you get that, right? Yeah? Don't you be hissing at me, you little shit. You're making a noise like a fucking chihuahua. No, it actually sounds like a bird song. I mean, I know you are a bird, but you're a big bird. I'd imagine you would do like a oh type thing. Yeah, no worries. All right, that's gonna be it from me. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about the local green spaces in your area. Do you have something like this? Do you live in a city where there is just no green spaces whatsoever? And how does that make you feel? Are you contented? Are you not? Do you prefer urban development? Do you prefer being out in the city? What's your thoughts? Let me know. Thank you very much for watching. Take care and bye-bye.